back once again with the Renegade Master. Boxing Day. Tradition. Have I had a stroke? Some people say 6 curry leaves, 7 curry leaves. I ain't going to sit there and count out a load of curry leaves. Thought has occurred that this is technically like my Christmas special, and I haven't really fanfared it very much. It also has another pepper ground inside it. Oh, ain't that cute? A little Christmas miracle. Oh, it's not. But if you like a lot of garlic in your biscuit, or ramen. All the port, all the sherry and the mince pies have stripped your taste buds. You ain't really going to be tasting the finalities of anything at the moment, so sod it, chuck anything in. Oh, we're recording, aren't we? Yeah. Leaves. I'm going to leave the leaves. Ooh. It's Boxing Day. You ate too much yesterday, you drank too much yesterday, you're not feeling all that great. Well, probably feeling great, but you know, it's like Christmas. You want to relax a bit. So, why not use some of that leftover turkey to make a nice turkey curry. Now, don't worry, obviously it's not quite Boxing Day, unless you are watching this on Boxing Day. It's a little bit before Boxing Day. You haven't blacked out and just fast forwarded your way to Boxing Day, don't worry. I also don't have leftover turkey, so I've gone and bought some turkey. It's about 1 kilo of turkey thigh and breast. Use whatever you got. I'm also going to use a curry paste cheat hockey puck flavour thing. This is a tikka masala variety from a well-known spice company. This is where, so I'm going to bolster that with a load of other herbs and spices. Mostly spices, but we've got some coriander here as well. So curry leaves is a herb. Chilli is technically a herb. Anyway, I digress. I'm going to bolster that with a load of stuff. But it's Christmas. It's Boxing Day. You probably had a really hectic, busy day yesterday. You don't want to do sod all today. You want to sit there with a beer. You want to whack this on. Just leave it. So, if you want to use this, if you want to use a jar of curry sauce, if you want to use one of those jar of curry sauce that has like a little pot of spices on the top, you do you. If you want to use some of these spices, you want to use none of these spices, you just want to use a tub of curry powder, you do you. Sort it, do whatever you want to do. It's supposed to be nice, chilled, relaxed. What I have got is I've got this. It's going to help create like a creamy sauce to go with that cream. But I've also got 1 star anise, 5 cardamom pods and 2 or 3 cloves. They're ground up in a spice grinder. I'm going to use ground coriander and ground cumin. If you want to use coriander seeds and cumin seeds, you want to toast them off first, you want to grind them up with those, you're my hero. But this is about, like I keep saying, quick and easy, simple. You've ate so much the last couple of days, everything's merged into one. You're not got the palate of a Michelin star chef at the moment. All the booze, all the port, all the sherry and the mince pies have stripped your taste buds. They're completely coated. You ain't really going to be tasting the finalities of anything at the moment, so sod it, chuck anything in. I've got some paprika, I've got some ground cinnamon. Again, you want to use proper cinnamon, grind it yourself. Do what you want. Some ground masala, some ground fenugreek, some nigella seeds that we're going to leave whole, some mustard seeds that we're going to leave whole, some ground turmeric, some crushed chillies to make it a little bit hotter because this is a bit well, not particularly spicy at the moment, and some curry leaves to add some curry leaf edge. I've got some coriander, a couple of peppers, a couple of fresh chilies, a load of garlic and an onion. So what we're going to do first of all is we're going to get our pot on. We're going to get that on a low, it's on my big burner, but as low as my big burner will go, so it's still relatively warm. What we're going to do first is we're going to get some oil in there, fair bit of oil, because there's a lot more going to go in there and we don't really want to have to keep adding oil to it. And, oh, where's the spatula? I've got a Christmas spatula. Right, the Christmas spatula. I don't know, it's red and white and it's got, I think there's supposed to be Christmas trees and snow. I don't know what it's supposed to be. It's in the Christmas section. So we're going to get some of these chilies, we're going to get some of these spices in now to do what's called tempering. Kind of like toasting beforehand, but it's more sort of a way of building up the flavours and infusing the oil with those flavours. Flavours. Can't go wrong with a bit of flavour. Right, so we're going to go with the star anise, the clove and cardamom first. And I'm going to go in with a heaped teaspoon of the ground cumin, a heaped teaspoon of ground coriander, a bit less, bit extra, doesn't really matter. We're doing it by eye, playing it by ear, and a heaped teaspoon of garam masala, as well as about a tablespoon mustard seeds, and a heaped teaspoon of nigella seeds. Actually no, not. Heaped half a teaspoon, so probably about a teaspoon of nigella seeds. What have we done? We've used those. And we'll save them for a bit later. Stir them around. You want to up that heat a little bit. You want to hear the faintest of sizzle coming off of all of that. Your oil's going to look a bit mucky at the moment because you just put a load of plant in there essentially. So now start prepping our veg. Chop and tail the onion, whack it down the middle and peel. Right, and we're going to slice the onions just lengthwise, relatively thin. Chuck all that in a bowl. Do the same with the other half. Ooh, that's a strong onion. That's starting to sizzle a bit now, and you should be able to smell it. You'll be able to smell all that coming up in your house. So I've got to cook my turkey because my turkey's raw. If your turkey's already cooked, leave it out. You're going to go in with the onions now, but I'm going to cook my turkey. Well, sear the turkey off, give it a brown. Alright, while that's browning, carry on with prepping our veg. So I've got a red pepper, as you can see, and a green pepper. I don't think I've ever made such a cack-handed job of slicing open a bloody pepper. What did I do there? Right, so peppers, we're gonna make little or medium-sized batons. Doesn't matter, just chunk it up, chop it up, dice it up. If you want bigger bits, leave bigger bits. If you want smaller bits, make smaller bits. Doesn't matter all that much. And a red pepper as well. You want to use 2 grains, use 2 grains. You want to use a red, use red, or 2 reds. Put all that together, these little end bits, and chop in half. Got a couple of fresh, just standard green chilies. I'm going to take the seeds out. I'm going to add a few other bits of heat here and there. I don't want it too hot because I'm cooking for some other people that aren't in there into heat too hot. Into curries that are that hot, too much heat. Don't want too much heat. You can up the heat if you want to use bird's eyes, Scotch bonnets, leave the seeds in, up to you. But yeah, so I'm gonna dice these up a little bit finer than the rest of the stuff. So merges the heat up a bit, but you, again, do you. The thought does occur that in a previous video I did make my own chili sauce, didn't make my own chili powder, but I also made my own curry powder, or I gave you ingredients for one. If you've got some of that left, use that, because that's pretty pucker stuff, if I do say so myself. But I haven't got any left at the moment, so I'm going with what I've got. Garlic. I love a bit of garlic, so I'm going to use a lot of garlic. You can use as little or a lot of garlic as you please. I'm going to go for 6 medium-sized cloves. Don't forget, however, that if you are using pre-made curry pastes, sauces, or sometimes even powders, you may already be introducing garlic into your dish from those. So do bear that in mind. You don't want to go over. A lot of curry powders will have garlic powder in it. Curry sauces will always have a load of garlic in there. And I think these powder, that's a paste. Paste probably have a bit of garlic in it. Powder, again, even if it's not curry powder, if it's like a tikka masala powder, it will probably have garlic powder in there. So I'm going to crush that garlic with a garlic press a little bit later. So you'll leave them as they are. We've got a nice sized bunch of coriander here. I'm going to separate this into stalks and leaves. Leaves I'm going to leave for now. Stalks I'm going to dice up a bit finer. And we're going to go in with the onions, the chillies, and the peppers. Doesn't matter if you get some leaves in there with them. You haven't got to be super crazy. It's not gonna. You're not going to have to worry about that too much. These leaves, I am going to dice up as well, but a lot less fine. That's good enough. Right, so that's all the prep work. If you wanted to get all this done and out of the way earlier on, be my guest. If you're cooking along with Habs, how are you not going insane? Oh, it's Boxing Day. Forgot an ingredient. Boxing Day's still Christmas. You need a cooking beer. I haven't got any fancy beers to hand. Can't go wrong with a Stella though. Stella's good beer. Right, so if you were using leftover turkey, you would have put the oil in the pan with the spices and you'd be tempering them, and as soon as all you can smell is a kitchen full of spice, you'd go in with your aromatics. If you're using raw turkey, or this will work with lamb, but any other protein apart from fish. Fish is probably not a great idea, but if you've got leftover lamb, if you've got leftover pork, leftover beef, if you fancy you've got leftover goose or venison, this is all good. Still go with this. You'd go in with your onions, peppers and the like first and sweat them down before you added your leftover meats. If you've got any bigger chunks of onion like that, because you've been lazy, fish it out, chop it up a bit more, leave the stalks behind. So yeah, if you're using leftover meat, you shouldn't have any meat in your pan yet. I've just had to sear it off my raw turkey. But yeah, mix that all up, get it all in. Well, turn temperature up a little bit, and you want to sweat everything down, sweat everything together. Essentially, you're kind of making, albeit without the sugar, onion jam, pepper jam. Just let it all sweat down. You can help the process by putting a lid on. So give that 5-10 minutes. Let everything get to really know each other. Oh wait, no. Forgot the onions, garlic. So we're going to go in with our garlic as well. Use garlic paste if you want. Now you remember to put your garlic in there. Whack a lid on it. On low. Forget about it for 5-10 minutes. Crack open another beer. Top up your wine. Give Nan another pour. Go help the kids build an Action Man thing that's already fallen apart 20 minutes after they've started playing with it. But there. Forget about it all now for 10 minutes. Have a bit of a clean up maybe if you want to try and be a bit preactive. That's not the right word, is it? Preactive's not a real word. Preemptive. But yeah. Right, back in about 5 or 10 minutes. See you back. 5 or 10 minutes later. Everything's nice and soft and translucent and everything's smelling lovely. Now, if you're using cooked meat, you're going to bang in your cooked meat. We're also going to chuck in, I'm using, like I said, one of these hockey pucks of Indian flavour, because some genius before me has got together and perfectly balanced all that. And like I said as well, Boxing Day, Christmas still, we're cheating, we're relaxing, we want an easy job of it. Now I am also going to add about half a teaspoon of cinnamon, about a teaspoon, maybe half a teaspoon ground fenugreek, about a teaspoon ground turmeric, smoked paprika piquant, 8 teaspoons of paprika, sweet or smoked, that's up to you. Now, I'm making this a little bit hotter, so I'm going to use half a teaspoon maybe of crushed chilli. If you want to leave that out, leave it out. If you want to add more, go nuts. If you're Billy Big Bollocks. And curry leaves. I'm going to add about that much. I'm not, at this point, I'm going to give that all a mix. I am not, at this point, adding salt. I am adding black pepper though. I've got the black pepper. Where's the black pepper? I'm going to add about a teaspoon of black pepper as well. It is a spice, people forget. Right, give that all a good stir and a mix up. Now you should be getting some amazing bloody colours going on from that turmeric and from the paprika, the fenugreek, and the smells at this point should smell like your local curry house. Once that's all mixed up, once that's all got to know each other, we're going to add, and I forgot completely about this at the beginning, a tin of chopped tomatoes, 1 tin of chopped tomatoes, and because it's still Christmas and we're being proper indulgent, a whole tub of double cream. A whole tub? Yeah, a whole tub. So this is proper rich, proper indulgent, but still a piece of the proverbial to put together. Right, give that all a good stir, get everything mixed up and combined. Here's the point at which you've got to make a decision. How long are you willing to wait? Because if you're using cooked meats, that's going to need 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes for everything to cook through, all the flavours to develop, the onion and the peppers and the chillies, the garlic to cook out. If you're using raw meat, you're probably going to need to leave it. If you're using chicken or turkey, it will probably be done in the same amount of time. Lamb or beef, you probably want to leave it a little bit longer. Especially if you're using more like a hearty stewing cut. But as ever, it will get better over time, but not super time, because that cream, you're really not going to go longer than 45 minutes to an hour, because then it's really going to start to break down and you're going to get it's going to turn a bit not great. I'd probably say the sweet spot is about half an hour to 40 minutes for this full stop. If you're using leftovers or raw, lowest heat, bubble it away with the lid on it for about 35 to 40 minutes. That's your sweet spot. So I'll be back in about 35 to 40 minutes to give it a taste, see if it needs any salt. And we're going to whack in the coriander, stir that through just at the last minute. I'm going to serve this bad boy. So I'll see you in 30 to 40 minutes. Welcome back. 30 to 40 minutes later. I think it's probably about almost 30 minutes later. I have noticed some rice has appeared. Now, don't know about you, but I'm only cooking for myself, so I've used a microwave packet of rice because it's Christmas and I don't want to fart about cooking rice. To be fair, cooking rice is pretty easy. Google it. It'll probably be easier for you to cook rice for 4 or more people than it will be to microwave 4 or more packets of microwave rice. Boiling the bag's an option. Make it easy on yourself. Got a nice naan bread as well. Again, just whacked it in the oven. It's a ready-made one. I've got a video where I make my own naan. There's a recipe. I'll put the link in the top and down the bottom, or you know when the thing comes up. Here, somewhere around the top right at the screen. I don't know where the top right at the screen is on this. You want to get some oven ready Bombay potatoes, oven ready naans, oven ready onion bhajis, any other sides, go nuts. Or just use the basics. Just serve a bit of boiled rice with it. Still be nice. So, finishing this bad boy off, just quickly give it another little stir. For seasoning. Oh, it's hot. It's lovely, but it does need a touch of salt. The problem is you're not going to be able to do this earlier on, because what you won't know is how much salt's going to come with if you're using anything ready-made. If you're using anything ready-made sauces, pastes, powders, they're going to have salt in them themselves. So you're never going to know just how much salt is already going to be in there. So, kind of like making a stock or a soup, you need to wait till the end. Give it a stir, give it a season. Might not need it, it might need it. Right, last but not least, fresh coriander leaves. If you haven't got fresh coriander, don't put dry coriander in at this point. I hope that doesn't need saying. Give them a stir through, and there you go. Heat it up on top of your rice, or whatever else you're serving it with. Hell, you can put some pasta. Just have it on its own with the bread. Mush or as little as you think you can stomach this far after Christmas. And there you go. Bob's your auntie. Leftover turkey curry. So hopefully I've pulled my thumb out of my arse and I've recorded plenty of videos to release over Christmas. So I'm going to have to spend my time recording videos at Christmas. But a bit like, got some more stuff coming up. But yeah, hope you had a good Christmas. Hope you're going to have a good Christmas. I know coronavirus has made it all a bit of a shit show, but we're a bit like you're going to have a good Christmas. I'm going to have a good Christmas. A bit like we're all going to make the most of it. Eat, drink and be merry. And yeah, see you in the new year. Well, I'll probably have a couple of other videos out before then, hopefully. Maybe not, we'll see. But like, comment and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. If you followed me on Instagram, you would have seen me make this about probably 2 weeks ago, maybe a week, can't remember. But yeah, see you later.